Hello, Jumana, Nina, and Claudia. I will make this video for all three of you because I think you will find the video interesting. And I know Claudia knows a lot about analytics already, but I know that Nina and Jumana doesn't know a lot about this. What I will show you in this video is the result of the A/B split test in Germany. A/B split tests have been set up to make to analyze a small change in our index page. Our index page receives all the traffic that we pay Google to send to the page, and the index page looks like this, and the change we want to test for is a very small change that is the same page but just with this Trustpilot badge on it instead. So that is what we are testing. Here you can see the original one, and here you can see the Trustpilot one. You can see original one already had 1040 visits, and this one got approximate the same. You can see that the conversions here that were made was 31, and here we have 44. And that is a conversion of 2.98 and 3.98, so exactly 1% better. But when you take the percentage between these two numbers, it's actually 34% better. So I was watching these numbers and I was thinking, okay, that looks pretty good and it's interesting information. It's a little bit better, but not much, and that's good. So we can change it and everything will be fine. But then I did something very interesting because I put it into Excel sheet. And now I'm going to tell you why this is interesting. Here we have the original one, and here we have the Trustpilot one. And as you can see, the last 30 days in Google AdWords, we paid for 12,966 clicks. So that was 12,966 different persons that clicked on an ad and got to our page. We received 643 conversions from that. And the price we paid was 35,450, and the profit turnover was 64,000, and that gave us a profit of 28,000. So now I put in the Trustpilot result. How would it be if we only showed the new one that is only 1% better in conversion rate? Well, we still get the same amount of clicks because nothing changes in Google, and we have the same ads there, and nothing is changed on Google side, so we get the same amount of clicks. But because we are 1% better, we go from 643 to 849 conversions. Our expense price stays exactly the same because we pay for the clicks in Google. We don't pay for the conversions, we pay for the clicks. So the turnover will go from 64,000 to 84,000, and that actually means that the profit goes from 28,000 to 49,000, and that is 20,000 kroner better in 1 month only, and only by changing one small picture. So I didn't know that this was such a big difference, but this is amazing. And this tells me that we have to focus a lot on split testing in the future to find out what is working. And we will of course continue with this one, and I will probably run the split test a lot longer to see if it stays these numbers or it varies, because many things can interfere with this. And so we will then continue with this, but then we will test something else against this page. For example, very small details, like what would happen if we just changed the text inside this to something else, so that we maybe even can improve this a bit more. I think the big improvements will happen in the beginning, and then we will make smaller and smaller improvements. But I need your help to make us do these improvements. For example, Claudia can make some suggestions for some great texts. Maybe we can also make this a slideshow so that it will change. And there's many things we could try to test. The last thing I want to mention here is another interesting thing, because we are running this test in all countries, and Sweden doesn't have a lot of data yet because we don't send any paid traffic directly to that page, and we don't do that in Austria either. But in Denmark we do it, and now you're going to see something that is very, very, very strange. I'm going to find the same page in Denmark, the same test that we're doing in Denmark, and here you can see that the original one is converting with 3.52, and the Trustpilot one is converting worse. And the text is pretty much the same as it is in Germany, but for some reason this doesn't work in Denmark. In Denmark they prefer the original one, so that just tells you how different we are. But it could also be one other thing, and that is, remember that in Germany we have the stars shown in the ad also. So there could be a thing happening where they click on the ad and they see the stars, then they go to the page and they also there see some kind of, review thing, and that makes them convert, and I think that's a big reason why Denmark is doing worse. But it's very powerful informations, and I want us to try and maybe even in Sweden we can start up some paid traffic so that we can get more data and use this data, because as you can see right now in Denmark, no, sorry, in Sweden, I can show you we only got a couple of results there, and it's nothing, it's so little so that we cannot use it for anything. Trustpilot experiment. You can see original had one conversion, and that's conversion rate of 0.78, and Trustpilot has 1.31, so it is better. But because the data is so few, we cannot trust it. But because even if this got 1 today, it would just double this one. So we need a lot more data to be able to do this in Sweden. Well, this was some important informations, and I hope you enjoyed it to see this, and that you can help me in future to make amazing split tests, because it's one of the areas where we can really, really improve.